This is a lesson video for La Cinquantaine by Gabrielle Marie. So I am not a bass player, I'm a violinist, but I am doing my best to do this video so that my students can learn how to shift and where to put their fingers for this solo. So forgive me, posture, and all the other things that a trained bass player would do, but at least we're going to get through this and you'll know where to find these notes. So the biggest thing to know before you start is obviously where these notes are on your fingerboard. So I have these tapes lined up so you can hopefully clearly see throughout the video. Here's my first position, here's my third position, and then the notes that you're going to need for this are actually not on these tapes. So you're going to be doing a lot of E flats, so that'll be between these two tapes, and some Fs, so you'll be here with your 2 on the E. Here's my E flat, so I got E flat, E, F natural with my 4. You'll be using some harmonics as well, so that's going to be right there. But this is going to be maybe the trickiest spot, is to make sure you know where your fingers are here. Again, E flat, E, and then F. So the 1 and the 4 is what you'll be using quite a bit. And we'll be doing that on the other strings as well. All right, so we're going to take this nice and slow. Again, not necessarily the correct rhythms, not necessarily the correct bowing. This is just for fingering and figuring out where your positions are. So we're going to start with your 2 on the D. And of course, you'll have that octave to check. So here we go with your pickup. Now I'm going to shift back a half step to my C, back to my 2 for my D, and then it repeats itself. And now your harmonic, you're going to go with your 3rd finger. And now this next F, you're only a half step, or rather a whole step behind where you just play that harmonic. So my 2 is going to go on my E. I'm going to play my 4th finger, 1 for E flat, shift back to 3rd position for my D, and 1st. And then neutral, and so on. So let's try that just a little bit more in time now. So here's back to the beginning. And actually for the second ending, you'll trill, and then you're going to shift up and play that G with a 4 right there. All right, so that's the first section, your A part. All right, now the next section, measure 15. We're going to go back and find that F. So again, your 2 is on the E tape, 4th finger right here. So here we go from your G at measure 15. Here's your E flat 1, harmonic, put your 1 back on D, go 1 half step higher to your E flat, harmonic, back to your F, 1, shift back to your, did I do that right? Oh, nope. Oh, I messed that up, sorry. Let's try that at 15, 16, 17. So here's my E flat, harmonic, sorry, you don't shift back, you put your 1 right there for your F. And now come back to your 2 for E flat, 1 on D, and then back to your C. Sorry about that. Let's do that one more time. So from the harmonic scale coming down, it's 3. Stay there and put your 1 down. Then shift 2, and then C. All right, so right where you are, you're going to stay in that place. Put your 1 over on the D string for your F natural. Then shift up and find your E flat. Shift up to the E flat. Cross over. So that 4, 4, you just go right across the strings. And now shift back just a little bit to your D. Stay there. Shift up to your F. Stay. Shift back. And down to 1st. So that's a little bit of jumping. Let's do that again from 19. So we're starting on our 1 on the F. Here's your E flat. Okay, so once you get those little scales down, again, that little dash, the negative sign in front of the numbers means your finger is moving, your hand is moving to a new position. Okay, so now here's the next section, and it says 1D. So you're going to be playing this on the D string. So you're going to find the note A, so right there, and we're going to go up to a harmonic on the D string. So here's my harmonic. Come back to that same one, and now I'm going to move 1/2 step higher. So where my E flat was, now I'm on this B flat. Shift back to my 4, go back to your 2, and then repeat it. Harmonic, move up a 1/2 step, shift back, go back to that 2 one more time, harmonic, 2, harmonic, so that's a lot of jumping around, but you're not moving very far, staying on the D string pretty much the whole time. All right, and then after that is the same melody as the beginning, and that takes you through the end of this first A section, the first line on page 2. Okay, so now we're moving on to measure 39. There's a key change here. Watch out. Now we go to 1 sharp. We're in the key of G major instead of G minor. And you see the 1x2, 2x1. So that means the first time you go through this repeated section, you're going to start on a second finger for your B. When we repeat it, so the second time through, you're going to do that with a first finger. So that's what that means, just that one finger is going to be different between the 2 times. So we're starting on our B here. Cross over, shift back, so 4G means to play that on the G string. Now it's not marked here, but go to your second position. And now we're going to shift up on the D string. Shift back. Same thing. Stay in first. Cross over. Shift back just to your F sharp. Now stay there for a 1. 1 on the A string. And now we're in this first ending. Put your 2 down for your D. Replace that with a 1, so we're going to keep going up the A string here. F sharp back a 1/2 step. Shift up. And that puts us back to measure 39 for the repeat. And as this is the second time, we're going to play this with a 1 now. So you're just jumping back a little bit. Crossover. Shift up. Shift up. Crossover, back, stay there, and now in the second ending, 2. So that's the end of that section. It's a little bit jumping down around, but not too bad, not as bad as the first page. All right, so we're at the end of the second ending, and it says 1A. So we're going to be shifting up and playing on the A string now. So to my next tape, here's my A, and I'm going to go from 1 and then cross right over to my D string. Shift up to my 2, the next tape. Come back to my D. Second. Did I mess that up? Nope, I'm good. Shift up. Oh, but I messed that up. Oops. Sorry about that. That was a big old mess. Let's try that one more time. So I'm going to take the pickup to 52, Let's try that again. This gets confusing. Bass players don't know how you do this. All right, so we're starting on your 1 on the A string right here, and we're just going to go across. Shift to your 2, stay there, shift back to your 4, first position, to your 2, now second position, no, oh, how did I mess this up again? There we go, and back to your F, up, first. All right, so if you can get through that, I need to practice that more, but if you can get through that, you're doing pretty good. There's a lot of shifting in those couple measures. All right, so we're at 56, and it's easy from this point out. So 56, we ended on our 4. Shift back. Now here in 61, there's actually a typo in the music here. So 61, you've got your G and A, and then your B, but this next note, that's wrong. That should be a C sharp. So not a 1, not a C natural, but a C sharp second finger. Shift back. This is a C natural. Shift back to first. And then you would repeat that back to 52 one more time. The second time, and when you get to the second ending, just like in the previous section, you're going to shift up and play that G on the D string. So right before the second ending. So you end right there. And then the last 2 lines, you go back to G minor, and it's the same as the beginning one more time. So I hope that helped. Again, I apologize for all my flubs and missed fingerings there, but hopefully you'll be able to figure out where in the fingerboard you're supposed to be for all the shifting in this piece. After you get this done, then of course go to a professional bass player's video so that you can listen for style and bowing and all that other stuff that this piece needs.